How many of you have not gone after something because you think it's too late? How many of you have not started a business, got the body of your dreams, tried to go after the relationship of your dreams, tried to travel because you just think it's too late? How many of you have let society make you believe that it's too late for you to have a baby? It's too late for you to quit a job and start another one. It's too late for you to start reading books because you already haven't read them for this long. Why should you start becoming an avid reader now? How many of you just think it's too late and you're suffering from that and you're holding yourself back and you feel like there's like this internal nudge saying, no, I feel like I could, but then so-and-so says, or my culture says, or society says, or this family member that has a big influence over me says X, Y, and Z. I am going to give you a way out. I'm going to give you permission right now. So you're going to want to listen up with a couple of stories that I have and a couple of different, this is a very, very unique perspective on the word try. Okay. So I want you to really dig into and this is not going to be a long video. This is not, we're going to get straight to the point here. So if you type in the word try for the definition, okay, what comes up is, so the word try, it means make an attempt or effort to do something. That's it. There's other explanations, or there's other definitions to go to trial. We're not talking about that. Make an attempt or effort to do something. Now, this is what's interesting about this. Now, if I type in the word trying definition, another definition pops up. And it says difficult or annoying, hard to endure. Okay. So on one end, it's to try. It means make an attempt. And then trying. Okay. Trying means hard to endure. So how many of you have a mental connection to trying and having it activate the feeling of like, oh, this is going to be hard? But then some of you might say, I want to try means make an attempt. So I want to unlock the word try for you right now. Oh my God, there's a bee. Thank God I'm in the car. That bee just rolled up on me. They say that when bees hover around you, they know there's royalty around. Anyways, so the word try can have multiple meanings depending on the context that it's being used in. But I thought that was a very interesting thing. So it doesn't, like, time, I want you to really listen to me on this. I want you to really listen to me on this. Time is going to pass anyway. Okay. So time is going to pass anyway. No, this is being live. This is live right now. Orochi, please excuse me. Hello and welcome. No, this is live. So if you have a question, I'm happy to answer it. If you are 32 years old, you're going to eventually be 38 anyway. But somebody that might be 32 years old might say, well, it's too late for me, or I'm too old, or I should have did it in my 20s, right? But so like by the time I start now, I'll be 38 when that thing supposedly is supposed to happen. You're going to be 38 anyway. So, of course, according to God's will, right? So if you are going to be 38 anyway, why not just be the person that arrived at 38 to your dreams? So what I think happens is a lot of times people will feel like because society kind of cuts you off at 30, that it's just done for you. Like if you didn't already have the family, if you didn't already have the kids, if you didn't already have the entrepreneurship business started, if you didn't try to be an actor or a comedian, if you didn't try to start your construction business, if you didn't try to go after your real estate license, like people feel like because society has us on like this hyper quick path and people are just like, wait, I'm just trying to still figure out who I am. So you don't even really kind of know who you are. Like you're kind of starting to arrive at who you are at around 30. You're like, okay, I think I'm kind of starting to get life a little bit. So if you're 32 years old, and this can happen at any age, by the way, I'm just picking 32 as an example. So you're going to be 38 anyway. So instead of saying, well, if I start now, I probably won't be successful in this, me starting my business until I'm 38. Well, you have to be 38 anyway. So do you want to be 38, making the same money, hating your job, hating where you're at in life, still in the same body? And then you're 38 and you're like, now you're looking back at 32 and you're like, dang, I should have just started it at 32. So you can do that at any time. You could be 47 and say, you know what? I'm going to be 54 anyway. So I may not have, it's going to take me a 5-year plan to really transform my body. And I'm not going to really have the body of my dreams until I'm 54, because it's going to take time for me to build up muscle. It's going to take time for me to learn. It's going to take time for me to build up the discipline. It's going to take time for me to but I'm going to be 54 anyway. So let me just do it. So that's what I want to say with the word. That's where I'm incorporating the word try. Okay. Start to implement in your mind that all try means, it doesn't mean it's trying, it's hard, it's difficult. This is just like, don't let it be difficult. Let it be easy. Let it be enjoyable. Okay? Enjoy the fact that you're trying. It just means making an attempt. That's what it means. If you look up the word try, don't go with the fact that it can be trying or difficult. Okay? So we have come, like, life is made up of a bunch of attempts, a bunch of experiments, a bunch of learnings, a bunch of trial and error. That's all life is made up of. And sometimes it takes you 3, 4, 5 errors. Like, I used to always say this, like, every time something weird, just like odd or weird or off, or something didn't go my way in my life, I would say, oh, I'm so excited. I have a W coming around the corner. I would say for every L, it's just creating more W's. So like for every L, I have a W coming, because I'm just like, I need another L to be able to create the W for the win that's coming around the corner. So that was just like my own way of like making myself feel better. And really it's the truth, like making myself realize like, okay, you know, I wasn't supposed to be interacting with that person. I wasn't supposed to be going down that path. I got rerouted. Okay, that was weird. Okay, it kind of feels like a L, like a loss, but it was really a learning. And then the learning is going to turn into a W. So what I want you to really think about is have fun trying. That's it. Just have fun trying, because you're gonna spend more years on the planet anyway. Like, time is not going to stop. Time is on this, like, the wheel is going to keep wheeling, right? The wheel of time. It's just kind of like a DNA strand. It's just like, and I think even like the actual galaxy is moving like this too. It's just on a constant spiral, like moving through space. So since we're on that journey anyway, like we're just, you know, we don't have a choice. Why not just go after it? Why not just do the thing that you've wanted to do, right? This is what I want to say too. And this is going to get spiritual, and some of you guys are going to click off, and that's okay. Because not everybody's meant to hear this. But I do have a quick little story of being on God's time and on God's algorithm and on God's wheel, and how God works in compounded modes. It's not like God doesn't work in a linear way, like how humans think, how we think. God is working on God's time. So we may perceive something to take 10 years, but God could actually make it happen within an instant. And so, for example, I remember, I think this is kind of on everyone's bucket list, because it's like the 7, what is it called? The 7 wonders of the world. It's on that list. I wanted to see the pyramids, right? Like, who doesn't, right? Like, I've never met anyone who doesn't want to see the pyramids at some point in their life. And so usually, I remember talking about this when I was younger. I would say, you know, like a trip like that, you know, oh my God, I'm going to have to make hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm going to have to, you know, be able to take 6 months off of work. And I'm going to have to, like, my kids are going to have to, if I have kids, they're going to have to be grown, because like, you know, you amplify it in your mind, right? But I always had it in the back of my mind of like, I would love to see the pyramids and experience that experience. But I always assumed I'd be like, I don't know, in my 50s for some reason, experiencing the going to the pyramids. And this is my very first, like when I first glanced at the, like in the history book of whatever topic we were on, maybe learning about Egypt or something. I don't know. We're learning about Africa or the different places on the world, on the planet. My first glance of the pyramids, I was like, I would love to see those one day. But then like in my little, like, I don't know what age was that? Maybe like 9 or 10. My little brain at that time was like, oh, it's going to just require so much, right? So life continues to life, right? Life continues to be on the wheel of time. I end up having a best friend, my best friend to this day, who's Egyptian. And I ended up being able to go on, I got invited humbly. I was so humbled that they invited me. I went on their family trip to Egypt. They're Egyptian. So I got to experience, not only did I get to experience an Egypt trip, but I got to experience it through the lens of someone who was born and raised there. Her father was born and raised there. So we got to have like access to things, new people that you wouldn't really know unless you like are just from the land. And so, grew up on the land. So I got to go to the pyramids, not just once, but twice. And we got to go on the inside. Sometimes like they shut the pyramids down and they don't let anybody go on the inside. I got to go on the inside of it and crawl and like experience being on the inside. And then we went to another set of pyramids. I didn't even know that these pyramids existed, but there's a whole nother desert full of these humongous pyramids, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours outside of the pyramids of Giza in Cairo. Blown away. I got to go to the Egyptian museum. I just got to be immersed in the Egyptian culture for a week. And what I want to say is like, if I was on my time, right, I would have been like really trying to make that like on my timeline, like of like a linear, slow timeline of like, okay, I'm going to have to save up like $20,000, $30,000, the price, the flights are going to be expensive. I'm going to be in my 50s when I experience that. But like, because I just released it to the universe and I just said, I would love to experience this, it's on my bucket list. It was like God manifested it way quicker than I thought. And in a way that I couldn't have even imagined. So I just want to let you know that, if you're not spiritual, that's fine. But putting forth the energy and the effort, right, in this lifetime of wanting to go after your dreams, wanting to travel, wanting to experience something amazing in your life, right? Wanting to I don't know, just anything that your heart desires. If there's a desire that's placed in you, it's because God is saying, here is a movie trailer. Here's a 2-minute movie trailer of something that you could experience in your lifetime. But what we do as humans is we just start making up all these different things of like, but I probably won't be able to do that because I'm too old. I probably won't be able to do that because I'm too broke. I probably won't be able to do that because I'm not smart. I probably won't be able to do that because X, Y, and Z. And the whole time God is saying, you don't really need to worry about that. All you need to do is just move in it, live in that energy, right? Try, attempt, experiment, right? In your experimenting, in your trying, in you going after it, you're going to meet this person. This door is going to open. This door is going to close. And all of a sudden the thing manifests. Now, I think where people get hung up is like, you see someone else's timeline and you're like, but that person did it in, 1 year and it's already been 3 years for me. And why isn't it working? Right. Or we see somebody else like, wow, they met the person of their dreams and now they got married in 6 months and I've been dating for 6 years and it's not happening. But what I want to remind you is like, everybody has a version of that. Everybody has a version of comparing themselves to somebody else's timeline. God doesn't work like that. God has us all on our individual timelines. So like someone else may want to go to Egypt and may really end up experiencing Egypt in their 50s because that's when they're supposed to experience it. You see what I'm saying? But like, you don't want to shut down God's plan for you just because it's not happening when you want it to happen. All your job is to do is just, you're blessed, you're healthy, you're smart, you live in the best time on the planet, right? To go after you have an abundance of resources. You have the internet, you have AI, you have YouTube, you have online courses, you have like the list just goes on and on. It's like, it's almost like a joke to even say it's hard to try. So that's what I want to tell you. Okay. Make sure you're healthy. Ways that I make sure I'm healthy. I drink my RYZE Mushroom Coffee like I have right now. I also get my supplements from INNO SUPPS. If you want to check out those things, let them, tap the link down below for those things. If you're like, well, where do I start to get healthy? There's great supplements that you can click down in the description. For INNO SUPPS and for RYZE Mushroom Coffee, those are two things that I actively use in my life. But, oh, and this is another thing. Ooh, this is another thing. Ooh, this is a quick little gem. Some of you guys clicked off already. It's kind of unfortunate because this is a gem. So what I want you to do for 1 month, if you're saying you don't have time, I want you to do this. Go to Instagram. Okay, if you know that you're on social media, this is really for my social media people. If you're on social media, even if you don't post, but you're on it a lot and you're looking at people's stories, I want you to mute everybody's story. Mute everybody's story. I did this, you guys. So right now I'm getting my certification to be a certified life coach. I already get paid to be a life coach for people that I know, like in my actual like reality. But I'm actually getting a certified life coach certification. I could already offer it without it, but I wanted to, just sharpen up my skills and just continue to evolve. So I'm actually going to be offering life coaching to you, my internet family. And so I muted the stories. I bought back like several hours of my life from looking at stories on Instagram, and I'm already almost 85% done. See that bar right there, that bar going across? I'm almost 85% done with my life coaching certification in a week. You have the time. You have the ability to try. We live in a very abundant time period. I don't care what background you're from. I don't care if you're black. I'm black. I don't care if you're Punjabi. I'm Punjabi. I don't care if you are from where you're from. My mom was born in, they were in the projects. My grandma was in the projects. My grandfather was in the projects. Like, my dad grew up on a farm, migrated from India. Like, I don't care what your story is. You are here right now in this time period, and you are able to click on YouTube. So that means you have access to internet. You're able to listen. Okay. So that means you can listen and learn. You're able to read if you're reading the captions below on this video. That means you have the ability to gain a new skill. That means you have the ability to literally go after whatever you want to go after and be whatever you want to be in quicker than you think. Just like I was able to go to the pyramids quicker than I thought. All it just takes is some forward movement and some action. So that's what I want to say. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and catch me on the next one. Bye.